Everybody listen, okay? Everybody listen. It's exactly as I predicted. When I say things are going exactly according to plan, I'm going to be honest, I was so on the dot and on the nose. In case you live under a rock, here's what's going on. 3 years ago, it was actually around this time in August. And what did I see? I saw the Dark Brandon meme with Joe Biden. And for the whole year of 22, I was saying America's going through a Maidan Azovization. And I gave Richard Spencer the credit. Everyone makes fun of him for his pro-Ukraine far-right position, but it makes total sense. And he is going to be the future of the right in the USA. And I said, that's just the beginning. It's going to be an Azovization process. All of these libtard leftists, they're all going to go Azov. Pan-leftism is also going to go into that direction. The Azov pipeline, they're all going to go full Nazi. And that's the future of America. And that's what I said. And then the Dark Brandon meme came out where he was like doing the Hitler speech. And I was like, they're really leaning on the Dark Brandon shit. So I literally coined the term MAGA communism in response to that. And I said only MAGA communism can defeat Dark Brandon. One day later, I was banned from Twitter. And I interpreted that to mean that I had stumbled on a golden meme that they were so fucking scared of. And I launched the campaign through Telegram. That was the beginning of the end as far as my ability to engage on the free and open marketplace of ideas. When I finally struck gold and came up with that term MAGA communism, or the meme at least, in that context, they were like, okay, fuck this guy. We're not going to let him grow anymore. So they banned me from Twitter. They shadow banned my YouTube, and I got confirmation of that. The whole thing originates literally exactly 3 years ago. They were like, all right, fuck this guy. He's gotten, he finally stumbled on an extremely dangerous viral meme. We got to fucking shut this guy down. We're sick of him. Now let's talk about something new that's going on. People talk about MAGA. Can we understand there are very clear distinctions? And these distinctions are generational, to be completely honest. Let's wake up and live in reality. MAGA is largely Gen X and Boomer led. Not necessarily a bad thing. Blue collar working class of the older generation. That's the core of MAGA. That's the real MAGA. MAGA are blue collar workers, and they're usually older. Gen Z, the Gen Z right, is largely declassed. They are largely lumpen, not entirely lumpen, but largely lumpen, or lumpenized, or lumpenizing, and they are very distinct from MAGA, and their grievances with Trump are distinct from MAGA. Okay, MAGA has grievances over Epstein or whatever. That's very authentic, genuine shock, genuine populistic. But the Gen Z thing, it's a loaded ideology. They're upset at Trump because A, he's a boomer. They're upset at MAGA because they're boomers. And then B, they don't like the racial inclusivity. They don't like the colorblind, they call it colorblind nationalism. They don't like not simply the Zionism of Trump, but also the allergy to naming the Jew and all that kind of stuff. Gen Z is like it's very edgy. Gen Z right, they're very edgy. They're racial cannibals. They literally want to go and like slaughter all non-whites. And many of them are actually Hispanic, but it's a kind of self-hating ideology many Hispanics have adopted, where it's like in the incel movement where they're like, okay, they're 25% white or something, and they hate the 75% brown part of themselves. So I don't know. It's a very strange thing. I wouldn't say they're mostly Hispanic, but I would say that's a big factor for the new Gen Z right. But there are many white people in there, of course, and their grievances with Trump are parallel but not identical with the grievances MAGA has with Trump. Now, I remind you, MAGA is generationally not Gen Z. MAGA is an older generations of blue collar people. Very important to understand that. The Gen Z right is something totally different. So why am I talking about this, and what exactly is going on? What's going on is that there is a convergence between the Gen Z right and the extreme anti-Trump liberal left. And where they come together is this new term called dark woke. Dark woke. The guy leading the charge right now is Gavin Newsome. Gavin Newsome is winning the meme war. He is absolutely mopping the floor with Trump. Gavin Newsome is much funnier. He's like more savage. He has more appeal. And there's an irony that's being exploited here, which both the liberal left and the Gen Z right, the Groypers, they're coming together on this. And this is the essence of dark woke. And I'll break down what dark woke is and explain exactly what it is for you. So liberal leftists projected a lot of shit onto MAGA. They were like, okay, okay, you guys are Nazis, you guys love Hitler, you guys are white nationalists, so we're gonna turn it against you because that's dark woke. It's like dark woke basically is like, oh, you're Hitler? Well, right back at you. We're gonna do the Sieg Heil Hitler salute. So that's dark woke in essence, right? And it's like, while these liberal leftists are Sieg Heiling and they're indulging in literal white nationalism, the Groypers are tagging along with them and they're coming together. So the liberal leftists are doing it ironically as a form of revenge against a perceived Nazi enemy who's actually not a Nazi. Like, MAGA is not fascist. They're not actually Nazis. But liberal leftists presume that they are, and therefore are like, okay, we're going to turn your own Nazism against you, even though there's no Nazism actually there. But for the Groypers and the Gen Z right, there is Nazism. There is white nationalism that's there. So this is the essence of dark woke. It's actually some dark, sicko shit. It's the dark, sick, perverse fantasies of liberal leftists united with the dark, sick perversions of actual neo-Nazis, which is exactly what we saw in Maidan in Ukraine in 2014. It's the same shit. Newsome is like wiping the floor and he's doing the dark woke thing. And it's like, you know what's crazy is that the whole idea, and it's all coming from Spencer from 22. He was like the prophet of this whole thing. And I said Richard Spencer is going to lead this, or he was at least very early to it. I said that. I gave him that credit. I said he is very early to something that's going to become much, much more popular and much more prominent. And I've been saying that for years, right? But basically, Newsome is like white, and he has a white family that are blonde family, I should rather say. He's like high class. He comes from more of a ruling class background. He's aristocratic. The meme that's going on right now is everyone's comparing Newsome to J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance is like this poor guy. He's married to an Indian, and he has Indian kids. They're being compared, and like Groypers are like, we are all in for Newsome. So the whole Groyper Gen Z right zeitgeist right now is all in for Gavin Newsom. Just like how a lot of the 4chan people were supporting Trump in 2015, like now they're all going for Newsome. And that's the dark woke zeitgeist right now. Dark woke is that Democrats are like, okay, Trump and MAGA, you guys want to be fascists? We'll show you real fascism. And like they have Nick Fuentes and they have like all of these actual neo-Nazis who believe in race realism and all this kind of shit. That's what's going on. The Democrats are actually riding a wave of Nazi meme warfare, and that's going to be their big splash to get back at Trump and MAGA and win over them. Now, some of the Nick Fuentes people, they'll talk about Palantir and they'll talk about J.D. Vance and Peter Thiel and how they're no good, but it's actually irrelevant because what they're doing is supporting Newsom. They're supporting NATO. All of this is in unison, by the way, with a complete purging of all pro-Russia sentiment from the right, from the far right. It's all gone. Among the far right, you only find now pro-Ukrainian position, and you only have a pro-NATO position right now among the far right. And this is objectively the situation. I'm here to talk about it. I'm here to talk about how we respond to it. And I'm here to talk about the do's and don'ts, okay, of how to approach this issue. And I want you all to be listening very, very carefully to me. It's Nick Fuentes, Gen Z Groypers that are leading the dark woke as of Maidan, American Maidan revolution. And I did not see that coming. I'll admit that. And I should have known better because, of course, it's going to come from the younger generation. And you're just going to start seeing leftists straight up just say, like, you're brown. Even, it's funny though, even though Zohran is Indian, I guess that's the one Indian that they support, but it's all meaningless because the whole point is that you're talking about an alliance between the D-classed professional managerial class and the lumpen. That's what we're talking about here. If you want to understand this in terms of class analysis, the DSA has oftentimes been a vehicle for the interests of the PMC, but as the PMC is becoming more D-classed, you have that disgusting, degenerate Italian guy in Florida. He's a lumpen crackhead. He was begging for drug money for a long time from our community. So this is lumpen. The lumpen are now allying with the PMC because the PMC, that means the DSA, by the way, they are increasingly declassed. They are no longer able to get jobs coding, okay, or whatever. They're no longer able to have jobs in these adult daycare corporate workspaces. And they deeply resent the notion that's coming from the Trump administration that Americans are going to have to like dig coal again and they're going to have to do like manufacturing jobs and shit. And they hate AI. But for for now, they're just becoming increasingly declassed. They're losing the position they used to have, and they're becoming more lumpenized. And the more the DSA PMC types become lumpenized, the more that they're indulging in dark woke. So this is like some Weimar shit going on, which we've predicted. They're not becoming proletarianized. No, they're not. Again, the proletarianization notion is something they deeply resent. It trumps national industrial policy ambitions of, making Americans have to manufacture shit and work in coal mines and shit. They do not fuck with that at all. The Groypers don't fuck with it, and the DSA types do not fuck with it. And if we are Marxists, we can easily understand that the class interests are going to trump any superficial ideological divides. As a matter of fact, they're going to become decisive in deciding the ideological content. So these two elements are coming together and they're fusing, just like I said they would. Remember when I declared war on DSA? When? October? Remember when I said the reason is because I already see what's going to happen with DSA? They're going to fuse with the fascists, with the far right, and they're going to become the new Nazi party in America. And I said that was going to happen, and I said DSA is going to become a front for anti-communism, for anti-worker, for anti-labor. Because the anti-MAGA sentiment, to be absolutely clear, it's anti-proletarian sentiment. They hate the workers. They hate the blue-collar workers. They hate the rural people. They want to go and exterminate them, okay? And do's and don'ts are very clear, very, very important here as far as what I want to communicate. Do not respond to dark woke. Do not respond to dark woke by falling back on the fucking boomer blue-collar working class people. Don't use MAGA populist talking points. Don't fucking use boomer talking points. Don't fucking fall back on that shit, because Newsome is wiping the floor with JD Vance right now, and you do not want to lose the culture. You don't want to fucking appear that you've lost the cutting edge. And now you can understand why I'm trying to really revive infrared and focus on that a lot in a lot of ways, because there's no cultural avant-garde for the working class right now, for the proletarian position. And we have to be that, okay? Our party, yes, has to be that. But we also need a clear vision and subculture to correspond with that. And that's not something we're gonna fucking get by falling back on and invoking boomer conservative talking points. Just stop fucking doing that. Stop fucking LARPing as boomer Republicans when you're debating these people. When you're debating Fuentes' Groypers, don't fucking talk about, you're saying we should just go with the Democrat. Don't fucking fall back on these old boomer talking points, okay? We absolutely have to be more cutting edge, more dynamic, and more quick on the kill when it comes to this game. You understand? And I've already given you guys some very important pointers, okay? We have an extremely powerful hyper-realism sci-fi aesthetic. We have a really good hard sci-fi military aesthetic. The whole Metal Gear Solid shit, the whole mecha tanky shit, the Mongol stuff, the American steppe, the Grand Canyons. Like, you need to fucking really have a strong point of emphasis on that shit. You cannot be falling back on boring boomer shit. You cannot be falling back. One of the big things I resent from MAGA communism is how people just, and I take blame because I did the MAGA communism video, and you saw how I was talking to MAGA people at the Trump rally, and a lot of you guys just started, that was your main talking points that you started using. But you need to understand, though, I was talking to boomers. I wasn't talking to young people, okay? Infrared used to have a strong foothold among the youth, and we kind of started abandoning that at the same time that we started MAGA communism, because everyone just started worshiping boomers way too much. Are we trying to win over the MAGA working class that are boomers? Absolutely we are. But we can't do that unless we have the youth. We can't do that unless we can grow our numbers. Think about why the guerrilla army has not grown dramatically. In the past 3 years, it hasn't grown dramatically. And I'll tell you why it hasn't. Because we stopped fighting the culture war. Straight up. Like, we stopped fighting it. We were on some really good shit with the mecha tanky shit. I'll take fucking blame. I'm not blaming you. I'll fucking self-criticize to an extent. We were like, we're totally done trying to argue with leftists, and we're like, we're gonna go to this new populist horizon, but we didn't take into account the generational thing, right? And in this way, the Groypers have gotten as powerful as they have because we did not properly we took into account class, we We took into account demographics. We didn't take into account generations. It's probably the most important fucking thing to think about is the generation. Shit. I had imposter syndrome for a long fucking time, and I'll go ahead and admit that. Why did I even appear at the Schiller Institute conference? Because I thought I was just some fucking retard and a beater on my live streams yelling, and that I couldn't possibly ever become a serious person who's doing real important shit unless I put on a fucking suit and tie and went to some fucking institutional conference led by boomers, which was the Schiller conference, right? And like that's the reason I did it. It was like, fuck, these are boomers, they have connections to China. Oh my god, I mean, I need to mature more and become more respectable and become whatever. This is how you become a big shot or whatever, right? And it's like, it was totally misguided, frankly. It was wrong. You know, I should have just continued focusing on having confidence in what we already fucking built. And I put way too much. I was raised to respect my elders. I respected my elders way too fucking much. If I'm going to criticize myself for anything for the past 3-4 years, it's because I have always respected my elders way too fucking much. If you told me that we were going to start ACP in 24, I'd be like, you're crazy. Well, all those old people in CPUSA and all the experience that they have that are leading it, and what did we fucking see? They have nothing. And they're leaving us a world that's on self-destruct mode, and like straight up, we are on our own. We got to fend for ourselves. I guess in a good society that's traditional, you have the whole dynamic of elders actually being wise just by virtue of being elders. But, you know, Marshall McLuhan, as Eddie points out often, which I appreciate, points out how, you know, generational gaps are emerging because of gaps in socialization and communication as a consequence of technology. And that is the issue here. That's the most decisive thing that's going on. That is why the youth are basically at the avant-garde. And that's why old people can oftentimes appear silly, because we're not socialized and do not understand the procedures and norms of communication according to different systems of information based on new forms of technology. That is a big factor that we didn't understand or take into account enough. And now we have to. We absolutely have to. And we should have more confidence in ourselves and what we're doing ourselves, because we do fucking have it figured out way more than others. And I can tell you that much has been communicated to me so many fucking times, so much more times than I can count. To continue what I'm saying, guys, don't hide behind MAGA to fight this dark woke shit. Do not hide behind MAGA. Don't fucking hide behind anything. You fucking charge in yourselves. You be at the avant-garde waving your red flags right at the fucking avant-garde. You're the fucking cavalry. We lead the fucking charge ourselves. Do not fucking hide behind MAGA. MAGA are old people. We don't hate them because they're old, but it's the truth. They're not equipped to face this. We have to face it. We have to be at the fucking vanguard of the anti-fascist struggle. Do not fucking fall back on MAGA talking points. Do not fucking fall back defending JD Vance or any of this fucking nonsense. We're at the fucking avant-garde. What's our fucking talking point? What's our response to the groypers and the dark woke fucking people? Our response is that they're a bunch of bullshit weaklings who have no organization that's independent, and if you follow the fucking money, they're controlled by dark money. That's our fucking response. Newsome is not some young, clean guy he's fucking backed by the darkest of the darkest type of fucking dirty money you can think of, and so are these fucking groypers. And that's our fucking response. Somebody's got to stand up for the working class of this country, and that has to be us. We have to be the ones to stand up for the truckers and all the people that don't have a seat at the table of the big transformation that's going on. Because you got these PMC fucks in the DSA allying with these lumpen groyper degenerate scum creating dark woke, and that's what we're up against right now. What's my fucking response to groypers? My fucking response is that we have created our own race. Bitch! You say white race, brown, and we are Tartarians. We are a new race of man. Who the fuck are you to say otherwise, bitch? Every single race on earth was born of bands of people uniting together and dying together in bloody struggle. That's all that fucking matters. And their descendants are called the descendants that form a race and a new tribe and a new people. Hey, that's what we're fucking doing right now. You think the Mongols would reject people just because they didn't look like you? The Mongols would, if a black guy was in the middle of Mongolia and there's a big fucking battle going on and the black guy goes, I will pledge my sword to you. You think these fucking Mongols say, oh no, you can't. We don't no, of course, we need every fucking man we can get. I'm not even kidding. Look it up. The Mongols, the Scythians, every fucking nomadic tribal group, the Arabs, every single one took in and adopted people that fought alongside them. That's how it worked. The thing that glues together a community is common struggle. That's all that fucking matters. Common struggle and common war. The people that rep the white race. When is the last time you fought in a fucking war, bitch? You have no ancestral memory of the wars your fucking ancestors fought in. And the last war that they did fight in, which was World War II, you spit on them and you repudiate them while you praise Hitler. So don't fucking sit here and grandstand talking about racial nationalism and racial solidarity when the only thing that glues together the bonds and wages of association that make a people one people is their willingness to fight together in a war. War is what makes a people. Struggle is what makes a people. Not your fucking 23andMe. You're a bunch of 23andMe nationalists. That's what you fucking are. Pussies. You wear fucking glasses. You go on 23andMe and you brag about it. This is my aristocratic progeny. I'm drinking chalky milk and chicken nuggets. You are a lumpen degenerate scum who has never known a single day of struggle and toil in your life. You're degenerates. You're a bunch of fucking anime nerds. You fucking watch disgusting anime porn because you're sick and you're rotted in your head. You're furries, you're whatever, you're a bunch of sick fucks. And you call yourselves Catholic and because you sin and then you repent and so you say you're a Christian. Fuck you. That's my fucking response to these people. You're a fucking fraud. You're nothing. You're dirt. You want to fucking say you're better than people because this is my racial progeny. You're a fucking anime degenerate who has no fucking job. You have no future. You have nothing. You're a coward. You're not willing to fight for anything because you're a fucking black-pilling bitch, and that's what you fucking are. You gave up on life already, so let the fucking forces of life consume you like a fucking hurricane and tsunami and wipe you out, because that's what you deserve. You deserve to be wiped out and reincarnated as a fucking maggot, because you are ungrateful. You're fucking ungrateful to what fucking God gave you. 2 hands, 2 legs, an ability to work, an ability to struggle, an ability to fight, and you black pill like a bitch. That's our response to these people. You understand? We're not hiding behind boomers. Have rage. Have rage against these black-pilling bitches, because that's what they fucking are. These groypers. They're a bunch of black-pilling bitches. They're cowards. We are a fucking army. When we say you wake up at the crack of dawn, that's what you fucking do. When we say drop and give me 60 push-ups, that's what you fucking do. When we say you run, that's what you fucking do. You do it blindly. You do it without thinking, because we're one army, we're one unit, and we go in for the fucking kill, and then we fucking think about it. First we charge. Then you can black pill, you can red pill, you can green pill, you can purple pill. Doesn't fucking matter what pill you fucking take. You fucking charge into battle blindly without even fucking thinking. You take that first fucking step. That's our response to these fucking people. You want a fucking generational war? We'll give you a fucking war. Full spectrum fucking dominance. We'll be quicker. We'll be faster. We'll be there before you can even fucking think about it. Before you can make your stupid fucking Hyperborea edit about it, we'll fucking be there. We'll be planting our fucking flag on that highest hill while you are looking up at us like the bitch you are. You talk to me about dark woke? We will burn you to death with the power of the fucking sun. We will fucking charge at you with the power of 1,000 suns. You will burn in our fucking midst, bitch. You're only dark woke when you're in a fucking basement hiding from our fucking solar wrath. You can be dark woke when you're hiding. We will root you out. We will root you out and face the judgment of the sun. Your anime's not gonna protect you. Your teddy bear's not gonna protect you. Your fucking labubus are not gonna protect you. We will root you out and burn you. Am I clear what our response is to the dark woke? Dark woke. My fucking ass. Dark woke. Fucking bullshit. Dark woke. We chew you up and spit you out on the fucking dirt where you belong, you fucking maggot. Dark woke. We're out here in the fucking light of day. We're out here under the fucking bright sun. You know what dark woke is? It's for a bunch of fucking rats hiding under the fucking earth. Our response to dark woke was inscribed in our blood, in our bones, 4 years ago when we said it's gorillas and it's sons. That's our fucking response to your dark woke. Gorillas and sons, bitch. Our response is full fucking spectrum dominance beyond the fucking visible spectrum, bitch. I put on my fucking infrared goggles. I see you, bitch, hiding in the dark. Call in air support. You fucking get striked. You get mowed over by our tanks. You get mowed down by our fucking motorcycle cavalry, bitch. Our response to this bullshit was here from day fucking one. We don't have to hide behind MAGA. We don't have to hide behind boomers. We are the fucking avant-garde. We got Stalin and Mao smiling down at us from heaven. Who the fucking fuck with them? They mowed down the opposition. They mowed down the fucking Nazi bastards. They fucking mowed down all those fucking petty warlords. And what do they invoke? The dark woke groypers, the Newsome, whatever the fuck this is. They're a bunch of disgusting, filthy nihilists. They have nothing but darkness, nothing but defeat. Nothing but some sick, twisted, sadistic fucking shit. These disgusting, filthy, fucking lumpen, degenerate scum who call themselves dark woke. Bunch of Hunter Biden fucking filth. Disgusting scum. You know what's coming is really fucked up, right? You know what these people represent? Do I have to be the one fucking ringing the alarm bells on this? They're gonna fucking say Hunter Biden, who's a pedophile, is based. They're gonna say Epstein was based. That's what's coming. They're gonna fucking make Epstein memes and glorify pedophilia. They're gonna say the elites and their child sacrifice rituals are actually based. And they're gonna emulate them themselves. Hey, I was in Iraq. I saw this shit. It was ISIS. It's the same fucking thing going on. When I was in Iraq, when I was in Ukraine, I saw the same fucking thing that's happening in America right now. I saw the seeds of the Maidan and how that fucking happened. It's the same thing going on right now. The seeds of where ISIS came from. It's the same shit going on in America right now. And if you don't have strong people, that understand this threat, and it's a threat to what? At the bare minimum, it's a threat to the most vulnerable people in our society, to the children, to the elderly, at the bare fucking minimum, to the people that can't defend themselves. They're going to be tortured, they're going to be eaten, they're going to be sadistically brutalized. Unless we fucking step up to the task of confronting this disgusting, filthy evil in its cradle and eradicating it. At the bare fucking minimum, I'm not a religious preacher. Can I be completely honest about something? I'm not a good Muslim. You call me whatever the fuck you want. I don't pray. I like women a lot, more than I'm allowed to. I like McDonald's, even if it's not halal. I'm not the most pious religious person in the fucking world. Maybe I'll go to hell. And maybe I'm a little fucking cynical. Maybe I'm a little cynical about all these corrupt clerics. Shoot me for it. But fuck, man. I'm talking bare minimum shit. Like the basics. The fucking basics of like, shit, don't fucking go and slaughter someone's grandma. Don't fucking throw grenades in elderly people's homes. Don't rape and brutalize children. Don't fucking tear apart the fundamentals of the foundation of human decency and human coexistence. You know, ISIS, don't go around fucking beheading people and terrorizing and enslaving and raping. It's the bare fucking minimum in my eyes. And that's what we have to defend that bare minimum, everyone, because it's a thin red line. It's a thin red line between that and a degree of savagery, a degree of cannibalism you'll never see in the fucking world. I've already seen visions of it. It's fucking happening, guys. And no, I'm not saying this in a mystical fucking way. Just put two and two together and think about the types of consciousness that are fucking proliferating. They're going to say, well, this person's an immigrant anyway, so I don't even have to treat them human. I can do whatever I want with them because technically they're an invader. It's like this is a really fucked up thing that's going on. The moral foundation of our ability to exist as human beings in the most bare minimum fucking sense. The most bare minimum fucking sense. That's what we're up against. I saw it in Iraq. I saw it. I saw how it disappeared with ISIS. I saw these people. I saw footage of these people who had to fight ISIS. I saw what ISIS was doing. It's sick. It's sick how it happens, and it's happening here. I was in Donbass. I saw how it happened in Ukraine. It's the same fucking sick, nihilistic, killer clown shit, and it's gonna happen here. These people are disgusting, sick fucks. I don't give a fuck what Nick Fuentes says. He's got a lot of sick fucks that follow him. Sick fucking people. You understand? And they're waiting for the opportunity to be unleashed on the rest of us. And we're not gonna fucking stand for it. Do not sit here and tell me that a community cares about the Zionist lobby that is pro-NATO, that doesn't give a fuck about Palestinians, that doesn't give a fuck about the resistance, that called for Jackson to be slaughtered and murdered, a U.S. citizen. These people don't give a fuck about the Zionist occupation of our country. It's a sick thing that they're doing, exploiting everyone's grievance, horror, and righteous hatred against the Zionists, and they're exploiting it to fuel their nihilism. That's what they're doing. Their end goal is nihilism. Their end goal is savagery. Their end goal is debauchery and degeneracy. These are not protectors of the people. They hate the people. They fucking seethe and hate the grandmas and grandpas and children of our society. They hate the ordinary common people. They fucking hate the people just trying to get by. They see them as normies, and they fucking have a burning hatred of them. And I'm not here to defend all boomers. I'm not here to defend anyone in the moral sense of their character. Let God judge them in that sense. But for fuck's sake, I do believe that man and woman, for that matter, is entitled to the damn dignity of being fucking left alone and allowed to live their life without harassment, without being tortured, without being attacked, without being assaulted. These are the bare minimum fucking fundamentals that we have to defend now. Nobody else gives a shit about it. I promise you. The minute the Azov terrorism in this country begins, they're going to do dark woke memes about it and laugh. They're going to go into rural America. They're going to start killing people and torturing people, and they're going to make dark woke memes and fucking mock it. And their consciousness is prepared for that. That's what their consciousness thinks is acceptable morally. You tell me that I'm fucking wrong. Tell me that I'm wrong. If a revenge against the MAGA rule people started happening and they start killing them, what's gonna happen? The Groypers will laugh and say it's funny because they're boomers, and Black Red Guard will say that it serves them right because Jay Sakai, and then the liberals will say dark woke. This is what you asked for, dark woke. This is what you wanted. Now we're the ones they have a sick, sadistic revenge. We can't defend Trump, guys. Trump is dead. Politically, he's dead. But this is no longer about Trump. Hell, I'll even say this is no longer even about MAGA. This is about the bare fucking minimum of anti-fascism, guys. The bare fucking minimum. Because there are sick killer clown fucks. They don't hate Epstein. MAGA's the one that hates Epstein. These guys, they don't hate Epstein. They want to be Epstein. They want Epstein for everyone. They resent that Epstein was only allowed to do it they want that. They worship it. They respect it. This kid, he glorified Emmanuel Macron. They glorified Gavin Newsome. A lot of sick shit is coming, guys. Sick shit. Whatever the pretext it's gonna be doesn't even fucking matter. And this has nothing to do with Israel or the Jews for that matter. It's got fucking nothing to do with it. The only reason these people talk about Jews is because Jews are so few in number that they are not decisive socially. That's the only reason. Because they socially don't matter. They say it's the Jews. It's not the Jews for them. It's all the people that they consider to be racially inferior. The Jews will be fine. In case you're whipped up on that whole thing, they'll be fine. It's gonna be, or just like that video I showed you yesterday of those Zoomers harassing that Indian couple. What the hell was that in Canada? Were they the Jews being harassed? No, just ordinary people. And fuck, I wouldn't be surprised if the Jews, aka Mossad, and the Zionist system, they're probably the ones creating this shit. They're probably creating this sick shit because there's some sick fuckers. The Mossad, Zionists, they're sick in the fucking head just like this. Just like how they probably created ISIS. They're probably creating this bullshit. I bet you anything. You know what I think? Here's my analysis. Crucify me for my analysis. But I'm starting to see something very fucked up and twisted. I think that every U.S. administration has been a slave to Zionism by default since, let's say, Reagan. Bare minimum. Okay? At least since Reagan. And there's always been this like neoliberal consensus. I think that while Trump is the most aggressively pro-Zionist, I think something strange is going on. I feel like Mossad and the Zionist elites feel too much tension. And they're not getting everything they want, let's just say. Let's say there's too much feeling of negotiation and pushback and yada, 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 and it's not going the smoothest for them in their mind, right? And what I think is that the pure, raw, and undistilled Zionism is with the Democrats, actually. You see, it's all a game of appearances. Trump appears rhetorically, he's the most pro-Zionist he is. In practice, he's also pro-Zionist, but he kind of wrestles a little bit. Biden didn't at all. Biden fucking was like the full-on Zionist death machine, fully unleashed. Biden did nothing. No pushback. But there's chaos in the Trump administration. I don't know where it's coming from. But like, for example, Vance, he seemed a little skeptical of the Iran strikes. He seemed like he wasn't fully on board with war with Iran. Now, I'm not saying these people are anti-Zionist. I'm just saying I think that Zionists, the ones that are really in charge, are resentful over it. And they're frustrated by it. I think the true, raw, and undistilled Zionism is NATO and the Anglo-Atlanticist, Anglo-American Atlanticist world order. That is pure, undistilled Zionist death machine. And Trump is this buffoonish figure who doesn't fully know what he's doing. It almost seems like he doesn't fully even know what side he's on, oftentimes, where he's friends with Netanyahu. He's friends with these corrupt, shady Israeli businessmen, but like that is not the pure, raw, and undistilled form of the Zionist death machine. That is a derivative kind of decadent tendency. And I think what's going on is the dark woke phenomena and this backlash. I think that it is itself probably has Mossad involvement in it, for sure. MI6, Mossad, and CIA are behind dark woke, I think. I think that they say Vance and Peter Thiel and Palantir is the main threat. And I agree, it's a huge threat. But remember, that's one faction. There's all these other factions. Who is behind Gavin Newsom? Because Palantir is a startup that's created by Wall Street and the City of London. That's who's really in command and in charge. Palantir has no autonomy itself. Palantir is itself an arm of something bigger. And that bigger thing seems to also favor Newsom, seems to favor the Democrat forces that are building up against Trump right now. I don't believe in defending Trump. I don't believe in defending anything in terms of U.S. politics right now. But I do think that everybody needs to start fucking having alarms go off in their head about what this controlled opposition backlash actually fucking is. The Nick Fuentes shit, the dark woke shit, all this bullshit. Now's the time to start pointing it out and saying, what the fuck? Hey, wait a second. What is this shit? What's the end goal here? What's the point of this? What's the purpose? It has an extremely anti-Russian, pro-NATO bent at a time where Trump is being lambasted for not being aggressive enough against Russia by the media. I mean, what is going on? They say this is about Trump's Zionist ties and the Zionist control of U.S. politics and the Epstein stuff, but can we be honest about something? Is Trump in the Epstein files? Probably. But so is fucking Bill Clinton. You understand? So is the people that are associated with Gavin Newsom. So how can you turn around and say, we're gonna go dark woke? Epstein is dark woke. That's what it fucking is. I mean, if anything, you attack Trump for being too much in bed with them. Not the opposite, which is that Trump is not a warmongering, warhawk, fucking Nazi terrorist enough. They're straight up saying the problem with Trump is, unlike Hillary Clinton, he didn't kill enough black people in Haiti. I shit you not. They're gonna start praising Hillary Clinton for what she did in Haiti because they hate black people and they say they're subhuman. Guys, this is some sick shit. Some sick, twisted, wicked shit going on. Some sick, wicked, twisted, fucked up shit. We say no. Hey, fuck, I'm not on board with this shit. We say no. Oh, you don't matter, you're irrelevant. Hey, bitch, you're gonna be fucking hearing more about me. I promise. I be as relevant as I want to. I've been lying low. I've been lying low for quite a while. Okay, I'm not lying low no more. You're going to start seeing me more. We are up against a very formidable obstacle, and nobody else is going to step in and do it. I need you to just drop this idea that Russia, China, North Korea, they have their own problems and their own business to attend to. We're here in the fucking belly of the beast. It's just going to be us. It's just us, and God willing, anyone you can spread the message to. And that's it. This is real Antifa. that we need to build now. Real Antifa. We don't need to defend the boomers. We don't need to defend Trump. We don't need to defend Tucker or Candace or any of these Gen X retards. But we do need to draw a red fucking line, okay? And say, you don't cross this line, right? We need to be that red line. Newsome, whoever's building and rallying behind Newsome is an enemy, frankly speaking. The Newsome Democrat strategy, this is NATO. Okay, that's what it is. It's NATO. It's MI6 and it's CIA. And let me tell you guys something. Something's going on with MI6. Big time. When it comes to this shit that's spreading like wildfire, I want you to put two and two together and think this in your head. What is the ancient enemy of MI6? Eurasia, the heartland. Who stands to gain the most reviving neo-Nazism and Hitlerism? The same ancient Atlanticist enemy who have always had their sights on the throne of Genghis Khan to destroy it. And you can say this Hitlerism is totally real and totally authentic, and I can go ahead and say that I think MI6 has a big fucking hand in propping up the new right wing. I think that there's something really sick and dark and twisted about this shit, and I say no. And I'm going to let history remember me saying no. I say no. That's my response. I say no. The whole Judeo-Bolshevism myth came from the inbred Anglo-German elites, aristocrats, who God fucking knows where they came from. They came from Venice. They came from wherever. Some say it even goes farther. Who fucking knows? The Anglo-Dutch, Anglo-German inbred aristocrats created the Judeo-Bolshevism meme. They literally were the ones. And the only reason they weren't more open about it was because the British had Rothschild and many other Jews in their employ who they didn't want to offend. They fault me and they say, you don't JQ. You don't say it's the Jews. It's the Jews. Jews. It's because I was raised, okay? I'm not going to say I was raised, but I am a Shia from of the South Lebanese lineage. I am not allergic or offended by JQing on a personal level at all. I just don't trust you weird motherfuckers, okay? I don't trust you weird motherfuckers. It's you that I don't trust. I don't give a shit about being politically correct about Jews or whatever. Like, I don't give a fuck about that. It's you weird motherfuckers who have an agenda that's anti-Eurasian and pro-NATO that I don't fucking trust. That have an agenda that you're sneaking in your JQing and you're talking about Jews. You're sneaking something in that I don't like. You're sneaking in some weird Ariosophy shit. Some weird Ariosophy, Hyperborea, satanic, pagan shit. And fuck, I'm not on board. Because, you know, the Mossad Jews, they worship the golden calf. They're pagans. They're the pagans that were worshiping the fucking golden calf. That's who runs Israel. Pagans. The real, not the cute kind of, you know, the person you know that likes Wiccan stuff. I'm talking about the real devil worship from history, the real kind. And what I know about this, and I'm just telling you you're beating around the bush. Shut the fuck up, you fucking retard. How is it so fucking hard for you to understand that these devil-worshipping fucks, they're in Israel, they're in America, they're in Britain, among their ranks is Jew and Gentile. And you say I'm coping and I'm beating around the bush and I'm afraid to name the Jew. I named the Jew. I named Jew. Jew. And what now? Do I fucking throw my brain in the dumpster and stop thinking about the precise, meticulous thing that's going on? You think I was afraid of the word Jew? Jew. I don't give a fuck. I'm not a fucking retard like you. I'm just not a fucking retard like you. You're a retard. That's your problem. And you think the Jews are a fan of me? They're not. Of course they're not. I'm a fucking Stalinist, and I was at Nasrallah's funeral. They don't fucking like me. But you know how I respond to that? Even the American Zionist Jews who dislike me, you know how I respond to their hatred? You know how I respond to Rabbi Shmuley's hatred? Not with hatred. I laugh. I don't hate them. Why would I hate them? I don't hate them. And I think that makes them more angry, because I don't hate them. The Zionists hate me because I don't hate them. I don't hate them because I'm not petty. I believe in a unifying American national principle, including American Jews. Israel and Zionism must be expelled from this land, unconditionally expelled, and all of the systems of influence and power and control needs to be completely expelled and dismantled. But I don't respond to petty Jewish Zionist hatred with a petty hatred of my own. I have a strong, lofty, powerful, Mongol unifying principle. And my rage and my hatred is for anyone, be they Jew or Gentile or whatever, who gets in the fucking way. The wreckers of our party. Among them, how many were Jews among the wreckers of our party? I hate these kind of motherfuckers. I hate the motherfucker who's in my way. I don't care if you're a Jew. I don't care if you're a fucking Gentile. All who stand in the way of Tartaria are my enemies, and I will treat them the same, equally. I will not recognize Zionist leprechaun tricks. For all I know, Zionist Jews can be fucking having hoods, and they can be doing some ritual. They could be doing, I don't give a fuck. I will treat you the same as any other enemy of our cause. I give no one special recognition. I dispense no special recognition to anyone doing stupid, silly LARP, because I don't fucking care. Because that's how much I have faith and how much I believe positively in our cause, our glorious, mighty, big, and lofty cause. A cause so great and so powerful, it transcends all the petty differences. I am fighting for the same shit Jesus was. You know, Jesus, there was a lot of Jews who didn't like Jesus. You know what he literally told them? He said, join. You may there's neither Greek, nor Jew, nor Gentile, or whatever the fuck he said. He said, all must join. He said, all are welcome. That's what I fucking believe. That's power. That's a powerful position. Understand? They say, I'm scared. They say, you won't name. Shut the fuck up, bitch. I literally fire RPGs and shoot fucking machine guns, you pussy, and I ride horses. You're a bitch and an ant in my fucking eyes. I'm scared to do this. I'm scared to do that. I got shelled by HIMARS, you fucking retard. And I'm scared of this and that. I'm post JQ. That's what it is. It's like, get over it. But the Jews are running Hollywood, and get over it. What's your next step? What's your conclusion? What conclusion? You want to whine and bitch and cry because that's all you're doing? But we're not allowed to say. I'm banned everywhere. I could say anything I fucking want. The only reason you're not allowed to say it is because you're going to get fired from your retarded PMC job. That doesn't even matter. I can't climb the corporate world because I'm not allowed to. Hey, fuck the corporate world. How about that? I'm a communist with a capital C. I don't give a shit about your fake bourgeois world at all. I'm Genghis Khan. I'm gonna mow all of it down. See, that's the whole thing. Nick Fuentes' whole zeitgeist is PMCs who are being gatekept by Jews, but they still don't work. Under my reign, all will be sent to the mines. There will be no suits. Jew and Gentile. I am the worst thing. Tartarian. All will work in the factories. All will toil in Alaska. All will serve in the army of the dictatorship. The proletarian Tartarian dictatorship. But these guys, they say they're being gatekept by Jews in Harvard and in corporate America. At least in their head they are. It doesn't matter. I don't believe in removing Jewish gatekeepers. I believe in burning down all gates. I believe in burning down Harvard. Not literally, structurally. Burning down and dismantling the entire imperial hegemony in favor of a barbaric revolution. Entire cities burned to the ground. If that's what it takes for justice to reign in this land, so be it. So be it. You think I'm scared of talking about Jews? You fear talking to me because I eat you for breakfast. I am the American Genghis Khan. I'm the worst nightmare of everyone. Zionist, white nationalist, J.D. Vance, Gavin Newsome. I am the villain. I am the main villain of this fucking story. Whoever claims that they're the hero of this story, understand that I am the main villain. Whoever's the main character, you need to understand who the villain of this is. And in this story, bitch, the villain wins. Right? That's the beautiful part. I represent an alternative universe where Stalin wins, where Mao wins, and we're living in the alternate. I am literally tearing apart through the fabric of time itself and history itself, restoring a lost timeline. That's what I represent, retard. All the groypers, all the white nationalists, all these fucking people, they are destiny, but edgier. They are liberals who have the same liberal realism. They never take the Stalinist step of repudiating the entirety of our false, illusory reality itself in favor of a completely new principle, universal principle of reality. That is Stalinism. That is Mao. A completely new society, a completely completely new order and civilization. That's what we represent. Revolution. We are revolutionaries. They are counter-revolutionaries. Gorillas pick up frogs, rip them apart, cook them, and eat them. Woe to anyone who sleeps on this shit. We're hungry. We will have our dinner. And frogs are on the fucking menu. They want to mark the whole plot and the whole agenda has been to marginalize us. It's been to say they're irrelevant. They don't matter. They're not going to have a voice. They're trying to fucking erase us. There's a whole conflict going on right now between Hitler versus what? Versus Nancy Pelosi. But what about Stalin? But what about Lenin? But what about Mao? No, we don't. They shut their mouth and they're silent about our fucking guys because our guys are world destroyers. Hitler was not a world destroyer. We are the world destroyers. We are the revolutionaries. Our names are forbidden. They can't even speak our name. What about Stalin? That's just going to be forgotten to time. They call it a dead ideology. They say this is a dead ideology. Dead, really? Really? This is dead? This is all dead? Really? That's news to me. That's news to me. Last time I checked, let me see. My heart is still fucking beating. You understand? I'm still breathing. Blood is still flowing through my fucking veins. So what's dead and who's dead? Your rotten, empty soul. Your black pill bitch soul is what's dead. We are Bolsheviks riding mechs. You understand? We have mechs. We are Bolsheviks with mechs. In the fucking desert, in New Mexico, in Nevada, in Texas. We're carrying large giant rocks and we are breaking frogs with them. I'm gonna fucking get a bandana, bitch. I'm Solid Snake, bitch. This is Metal Gear Solid, motherfucker. We will have our say and we will be judged fairly. We will have our say. We will have our fair judgment. We will have our time in the sun, so to speak. They will not proceed forward without reckoning with us. That much I can promise. We are the zeitgeist and we are the next move. Every single fucking nerd bitch who doesn't like me yelling, who doesn't like this hairy Arab man yelling at them, you will be dispensed a biblical wrath that will make or break you, bitch. I'm not going anywhere. You don't like me because I'm not an anime character? I'm not a cartoon anime girl? I'll rip that apart in front of you. I'm gonna shoot your labubu in front of your fucking face, and you will cry that I destroyed your wholesome fucking cope. You will awaken to the fucking brutal Wild West. You will awaken to the dog-eat-dog jungle that we're in, bitch. I'm bringing you the pain. Unavoidable. Everyone's going to boot camp, and whether that's a gulag or whether that's military basic training is based on who's weak and who's strong. And anime lovers are weaklings. They will be in the gulag for the rest of their life. Any man who worships anime characters, any man who's coping with the brutality of existence by finding consolation in an anime waifu will be drone striked. You will be thrown in a fucking coliseum and you will fight bears, you will fight lions, you will fight wolves. You will learn the meaning of existence. There is no black pill. There is no fucking escape. You fight or you die. That's your option. We are implementing enforced Neuralink. Anyone who copes with the brutality of reality by clinging to anime girls, their head will explode with the Neuralink. Just like that. That's the fucking dictatorship we're going to implement. A censorship the likes of which has never been seen in the history of the world. If you claim to black pill, a neutron bomb will go off in your head. That's your black pill, bitch. You will be reincarnated as a maggot and have to climb your way and worm your way up through billions and trillions of years of cosmic horror. Back to the square one, just how you're so ungrateful. You could have been born as anything. You're born as the most important creature and you're ungrateful. You claim you're black pill. There's not, even if you're born with all the cards stacked against you, as long as you thug it out, you can fucking do anything. There's no defect that you can be born with that can, unless you're fucked in the head, I can't help you there. But there's no defect you can be born with. That's an excuse. You are owed nothing. Nothing. You make of what you have, and that's all you are. That's it. You are not your ideas. You are not your imagination. You are not your thoughts. What you are is what you make of the fucking dirt that composes you, bitch. What you make of it is what you are. You be like a fucking zombie. A zombie get their arms torn off and they don't give a fuck. They keep going. An unbreakable drive. By the way, zombies is the Zionist genre because the whole idea of zombies is that the survivors are the chosen people and all the zombies are the Muslims. I'm not even kidding. Look it up. That's the zombie genre. I support the zombies. The swarm, a horde, a hive mind. A blind, they don't even think. They're just fucking attacking. That's how it's got to be. The Turkish army, the Ottoman army, the Musliman. Every human being is a fucking animal. I'm ending the gender wars right now. Because that's another big thing that's going on. The gender wars. I'm ending it. I'm ending the nonsense. My solution? Both man and woman are fucking animals. So are women. Just like men, they're animals. In the same way men are. Anyone who has crying about women, it's because you still think this idea that they're more elegant, civilized, and better. They're not. They're the same fucking thing as men. There you go. I fucking ended it. They're just like men. They are. It's over. Have no more expectations. Everyone's a fucking animal. Man and woman. In the same way. We're just as human. We're just as much animals. That's it. It's over. I just ended it. I pressed the fucking button and it's over. Now I don't want to fucking hear about it ever again. See, once we have this idea that's like a safeguard. We men can go be fucking animals. Oh, but at least women are still going to be wholesome. No, they're not. They're also animals. So here we are. Square one. This is it. There's no backup. There's no safety valve. There's no safeguard. It's just you and the wild jungle and the wild steppes and the great blue sky above us. So you conquer or you fucking die. That's it. Man or woman doesn't matter. We conquer or we vanquish. We build Tartaria or we go back into the dirt where we belong. That's it. Anyone who joins may join only if they are strong. The weak are not allowed or welcome.